The message was simple. I had just buried my husband overseas. The flight home was long, my chest still heavy with grief. I didn't ask for comfort, just a ride. My brother replied first, "We're busy, try Uber." Then my mother, "Why didn't you plan better?" I stared at the screen for a full minute. My fingers typed 2 words. No worries. They thought that was the end of it. It wasn't. I've never been close to my family. They orbit each other when convenient, holidays, weddings, when there's an audience. But when life gets messy, they vanish. It's been like that since I was a teenager. When I married Michael, they showed up for the photos, drank at the open bar, then disappeared until Christmas. Michael saw it for what it was. He told me, "You can't expect love from people who only understand transaction." I didn't want to believe him. Then came his illness. Months of treatments, hospital stays. They visited once. Once. My brother brought wine for himself. My mother complained about parking. When Michael died, they sent a group text. "So sorry for your loss. Let us know if you need anything." I needed them to mean it. They didn't. By the time I flew home from his funeral, my grief had solidified into something colder, something deliberate. On the flight, I thought about every moment they had chosen their own comfort over my need. And I realized this wasn't neglect, it was habit. They had always assumed I would endure in silence, that I would forgive. So I decided to change the habit. The first step was timing. My return flight landed hours before the evening news. The second was opportunity. I called a journalist I'd met years ago through Michael's charity work, an investigative reporter who specialized in human interest stories with teeth. I told her the truth. Widow returns home from burying her husband. Family refuses to pick her up. She listened in silence, then said, "I'll be at the airport." The third step was the hook. I didn't just walk off that plane, I walked off with Michael's folded flag in my hands. He had been a veteran. The airline had offered to honor him when I landed. I said yes. When the wheels touched down, the plan was already in motion. An airline escort met me at the gate, flag in their arms. The reporter and her cameraman were waiting by arrivals. They filmed as I walked out alone, dragging my suitcase, the flag pressed against my chest. They filmed me glancing at the curb. Empty. They filmed me pulling out my phone, scrolling past the "try Uber" and "plan better" messages. "Did your family know you were arriving today?" the reporter asked. I nodded. They knew. By the time I reached home, yes, in an Uber, the footage was already being edited. She called that evening. "It airs at 7. You should watch." I didn't. I didn't need to. At 7:13 p.m., my phone started buzzing. First my mother, then my brother, then my aunt, cousin, sister-in-law. I ignored them. They kept calling. By 7:25, the group chat was exploding. "Why would you do this to us? You made us look like monsters. We didn't know it was going to be on TV." Finally, my brother sent, "Take it down, now." I typed back, "No worries." The segment went viral by morning. Clips all over social media. My quiet walk through the terminal, the folded flag, the empty curb. The messages on screen, the narrator's voice, sometimes the silence of those closest to us speaks the loudest. People commented, thousands, calling them selfish, cold. Some found their Facebook profiles. Others messaged me. Strangers offering rides, meals, condolences. My mother called again, her voice shaking. "You've destroyed our reputation." "No," I said. "You did that when you decided I wasn't worth the drive." They stopped trying to reason with me after that, mostly because there was no defense. It wasn't a misunderstanding. It wasn't bad timing. It was exactly who they were. And now, everyone else knew it too. I didn't feel triumphant, not exactly. What I felt was balanced. For the first time, the weight of their neglect wasn't mine alone to carry. They could share it. That night, I folded Michael's flag and set it on the mantel. The house was quiet, peaceful. People think revenge has to be loud, messy, even cruel. It doesn't. Sometimes all it takes is holding up a mirror and letting them see what everyone else sees. If they ever wondered why I stopped answering their calls after that, the answer is simple. You don't invite yourself back into my life after you've made it clear you wouldn't even drive 20 minutes to meet me at the curb. And you certainly don't get to rewrite the story, because this time, the whole world heard it exactly as it happened.